All right, welcome back to the ONG Strike Zone. And all right, we got a host of some Rattlers, some alums, some guys who played for FAMU the last time FAMU hosted a football game at Bragg, a playoff game at Bragg, right there in the middle square, right below me. We got Tyronn Johnson, currently a athletic director at Miami Norland. Correct, Ty?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The
And,
Miami Northern Vikings, huh?
and congratulations to you guys. You guys just finished off a big time upset. Well, I don't know if it's an upset.
Well, yeah, I don't know if
I'm
it's
gonna
an
say
upset.
what other people say. What other, not me, but
Yeah.
let's say it's a big win over defending champs Miami Central, right?
Yes. It was. I wouldn't call it an upset. I just think it was a good game. That's why you had to playoffs. You got to play it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And joining him, we got Aaron Gray on the left square underneath Marcus. Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And then over on the right square underneath Kelvin, we've got Cainon Lamb, of course, the infamous, famous Rat Boys, the original Rat Boys, 1.0, like none other. How you doing tonight, Cainon?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
True
Can you
that.
hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We're good. We're
Wait,
good.
and don't forget, Kenan Lamb, Northern Vikings alum.
Uh, okay. All right. We get that in there. Get that in there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
gentlemen, we'll just kind of go around, one, two, three. Obviously, you guys were a part of, and we all part of watching maybe the golden era of FAMU football. I mean, there's an era that, of course, the Jake Gaither era, the Hubbard era, and we were part of the Billy Joe era. You were a part of the Billy Joe era, and we've kind of seen what Coach Simmons has been doing. Talk a little bit about that era that you played in, and as you're watching Rattler football these days, what kind of memories come to mind? We'll start with Ty and then go to Aaron, and then you jump in there, Cainon.
Yeah. Well, for me, again, I've never stopped watching the FAMU guys that came behind us. I'm loving what Coach Willie Simmons is doing. Um, this last season, this season, the only thing that stuck out to me that I was a little upset about was that Bethune Cookman streak that they had going on. It was bothering me. I was sick to my stomach because we never lost to those guys. So but it happens. You can't win forever. Ties change, and he helped start a new streak, and I know we're going to continue to do great things going forward. But going back to our days this season that they've had last season, also like I'm talking in general, I followed a lot. It does remind us of our 90 days with Coach Billy Joe because he was there most of the 90s. I got there in 96 to 99. And, we had a good time. We had a good run. And, we expected to win. We had a good group. It was about, I would say, 28 to 30 of us that played together for like 4 years. So we expected to do good things back then.
How about you, Aaron?
I followed FAMU football faithfully. I coached in Broward County for like 17 years, and I love the Rattler football. I love it. I love what Coach Willie Simmons is doing up in Tallahassee because I when I watch them play, they remind me of when we played. We expect to win. We don't go into the game thinking, hoping. This team this year expects to win, and I'm loving every game. I be in a group chat with fellow alumni on Facebook. I'm excited to see them continue and get this win. And I always been saying all year, just win. You don't care if it's ugly,
Hmm.
it's blowout. Just win the game. That's all that matters. Is getting the W.
Right.
Well said. How about you, Cainon?
Yes. I got a call prior to the first Orange Blossom getting when they were getting ready to play JSU. and Coach Bryan from Coach Willie called me out of the blue. That was my first time meeting him, formally. And he said, I know all about you. And I know all about everything that y'all did and everything like that. He said, I want your blessing on calling the newer receivers Rack Boys 2.0. He said that's what they want to call themselves. I showed him a lot of footage and film. That's what got me excited because I was like, okay, this guy, Coach Willie, is looking for excellence for his team. Like we were striving for excellence back then. And we had a certain, mystique about our teams back then, for those years in those late 90s. And when he called to just kind of make sure that we're okay with it, that made me feel like, okay, well, let's get all in now. Let's go all in now. The only thing we just couldn't get over the hurdle with JSU, and that always stung me in the way they beat us, like in those days. But I remember getting also a text from Xavier, and he was asking me for my blessing as well. And I was like, he's like, yo, can you come to the school and just talk to us, you and Jaquay and all the Rack boys from before? I remember that. And I was like, I remember knowing that kid is special, so I've been watching off and on, my career, I've been doing a lot of other things that had nothing to do with football specifically, but I always know because Bethune-Cookman gonna tell me if I have friends that went to Bethune-Cookman, they like, yo, y'all, yeah, we got y'all again. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember losing to y'all. So when Todd spoke about that, it made me remember that that's what the mold had been over several years.
Go ahead, Kelvin.
So you guys collectively won a lot of games, and you talked about expecting to win. And then you also went to the playoffs, 3 years, I think it was. So
4 years with me.
Okay. So talk about the approach going into the playoff games. Was anything different? And what this team, any kind of advice you may have for this team preparing for their first postseason? Well, some of them played 2 years ago, but playing for a championship.
Yeah, well, for me, like I said, when I got there in '96, we went to the first round. We actually lost to Troy State that year. Second year, my sophomore year, we went first round again. We lost to Georgia Southern. And then junior year, which was '98, we had that home playoff game against Troy State again. And in my mind, and I'm taking the concept of the team, it's steps. And I know, like you said, this team was maybe 2 years ago, but it is steps to me always to that transition to be the best. Sometimes you got to take your lumps. And I know for a fact we knew we wasn't losing that game. We was actually shocked that they gave us a home game, in my opinion. I'm speaking for everybody, but I know we were because we wasn't getting the respect that we thought we should have gotten. But we did get one. It happened to fall on Thanksgiving weekend that year, but it was still a good turnout. But it wasn't about the turnout. It was about us. We knew we had to get over that hump. I wish we could have kept it moving. Western Illinois was a tough loss. But again, think about '99, same thing. We didn't get the home field, but shoot, we did damage. We did damage the following year, getting up to the semis, losing to Youngstown. But I would say for this team, just play it like you've been there before. It's not another game, but just know that after this game, your season can be over. So think about what's in front of you, take care of your business, and that'll be my advice.
Aaron?
My advice is there will be a lot of distractions this weekend. And with family, friends coming in town, and this is a playoff game. You lose, you go home. You win, you go to the Celebration Bowl. So everyone has to be dialed in, not taking shortcuts, not trying to sneak and do this, do the wrong thing. Be dialed in because it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
You're home. You earned the right to play a home playoff game.
Exactly.
Every university would love to play a home playoff game. We earned that right. So I feel just go out there, play your best, do your job, and don't let the distractions get to you, because there's a lot of distractions coming to Tallahassee this weekend.
Yeah.
Cainon?
That guy. That guy is funny right there. Nah, yeah, absolutely. He said a whole mouthful. Yeah, that's exactly how the atmosphere will be this weekend. But I would say, you playing. This is the second time against the same team, Prairie View, correct?
Yes.
In the same season. Yeah, it's always hard to beat someone twice, right? And that's what they all say, and that's true. And you should expect something different. Expect the team to come out and exploit the things that they did great the first time. If they did a few things great, they're probably gonna go at those little things and make those perfect this time. So you have to pay attention to the things that they capitalized off of FAMU with the first time. If they got 7 points, figure out how they got 7 points. And this time, make sure that you go and just really have respect for the team. Don't disrespect because you beat them, blew them out the first time. Always respect the opponent, especially this week, because they're going to be playing out of their minds trying to get out of there with a win.
Yeah.
Great points. Marcus, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, gentlemen, what were your fondest memories of that playoff game in 1998? Once again, the last time we hosted a game, and I was fortunate enough, and I'm sure Kelvin probably was too, maybe Bryan was there as well, to be in the audience to see you guys put a whooping on Troy State, who actually probably quite a few, including, I guess, Mr. Johnson, quite a few NFL players. And I went back and looked at the YouTube footage, and I think freshman O.C. Umanura was on that team from Troy State.
Yeah.
And so just give us your memories of the game.
Well, I've been going first. I might as well keep it going, right? For me, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I don't like to toot my own horn. I never was that kind of guy, but that might have been my best game of the year. But I think I know why, and everybody, people on our team knew what was going on, but of course, everybody didn't know this. But my brother, am I still there?
Oh
yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My brother, Oric Johnson, I'm sure y'all know who that is. He was actually hurt that game. And I don't know, I just took it upon myself to step up, even though no one asked me. I just did that. And I played DN and D tackle. So, I figured if I stepped up, he didn't have to do much. I wound up, if I'm not mistaken, getting a sack, fumble recovery, and an interception that game.
Ooh, that boy balled out, boy.
Yeah.
That boy balled out.
And
Triple threat.
And it was like, say, it was fresh off of the classic. We fresh out the classic, but that was behind us. Again, all I was thinking about, and I think it was, like I said, it was for my brothers of the team, but I was thinking about our leader, which was my brother at that time, All-American, and I know he was hurt with his knee, but he still, of course, went out there. But the team didn't know that, and I think the box in front of him did an awesome job of not letting that show, if that makes sense. So that'll be my fondest memory of that particular game. Yeah.
My fondest memory, I mean, it was at the end when we won the game, and the naysayers, the people that didn't believe in us, didn't expect us to win that game because that Troy State had beat us in the previous years. So I was excited just to be on the field with my teammates celebrating, and just taking a snapshot of the faces of the people who were in disbelief, because there was a lot of people out there expecting us to lose that game. And if you people don't remember, We should have played a home game the next week.
Yes, we should have.
Yeah, we should have played a home game next week. But see, they thought we was gonna lose, so people didn't do what they were supposed to do. But that was my funnest memory, seeing people put pie in their face.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What Aaron just said is kind of to capitalize over what he said. You know, there was rumors and rumblings and mumblings that Troy State was possibly going to go D1A soon. So I remember feeling like, oh, so we getting ready to play against a D1A school pretty much, and we got to come with our best, our very best. And they're gonna bring their fans in here. They probably got a lot of them since they you got the qualifications to go D1A. I'm thinking that we ain't gonna be able to house that many fans in here from their side. I'm thinking, but they came in there, packed it out, and I remember them fans. They were talking nasty, going crazy, but we were at home, so. They didn't expect us to come with the type of game and the game plan we came with. We used to score a whole bunch of points, but we had to maintain, our composure when we wasn't technically scoring all of the points that we usually score, just to come out there with the victory that weekend. But it was definitely a beautiful sunny day that I'll never forget, especially when the clock hit 0 and we were going to the second round.
Yeah, that was that's one of those moments where it's like if you were there, you know what the work that went into getting to that moment. And it's funny because there are a lot of HBCUs that are making those steps of being first time in the playoffs, and it's kind of interesting hearing certain fan bases, just talk about that struggle. And we remember, I'm sure you guys remember as players, and we remember as fans and things like that, watching. But like you said, that the steps, and then finally it pays off, and then you win a game the first year, then you win a couple games the next year, and but you still had to overcome. We still had to overcome stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
While we got a little bit of time left, I want to let you guys. Let Rattler Nation know kind of where you're at, what you're doing, and any plugs and shout outs that you want to give, so that, if people want to stay up with you, follow you, support you, and whatever it is you're doing, we can do that. So we'll start with Ty and then keep it rolling the same way.
Okay. Yeah, so currently right now in my second year as athletic director at Miami Northern Senior High. I coached for 19 years, 6 years as a head coach at Hialeah and Hialeah Miami Lakes. But
19 years, wow.
Yeah, 19. I thought I was gonna get that 20th year, but the Lord pushed me into another direction.
Right.
And I'm currently, I like what I do right now. I work with a great group of people. I want to shout out to my principal, Ms. Rhonda Gaines Miller, give me that opportunity. Also want to send a shout out to my head football coach. And all my sports are doing a great job. But of course, we in this postseason run, Coach Heidelberg been there for a good little while. He's also an alum of Miami Northern, and I want to wish the team well this week. Like I said, I'm a support guy. Yeah, I've been there, and I try to make sure I'm doing what I don't want done to me in this position. So
Absolutely.
also learn as I go. We always learn in anything that we do. Nobody knows it all, and the more we understand it as people, we'll go far.
And
hey, Coach, who do y'all play this week and where?
We play Jacksonville Bulls, and they come down to us down at Trash Bar on Friday, 7:30.
Okay.
And with the win, you're one game away from bringing that team back to Tallahassee. That's gotta.
I was about to say that.
I don't want you to look too far ahead. Everybody's want to know we take care of what's in front of us and all that stuff. But man, that's got to be exciting to be one game away.
Yeah, it's similar to what, like I say, our FAMU Rattlers that's currently in right now. It's technically a Final Four so to speak. They win, they go to the championship, Celebration Bowl. The same thing with us. And I was going to say, people keep asking me, am I going to the game this week? I'm like, I don't think so, because that'll be back to back. Because I definitely plan on going next week, but I want to catch the Celebration Bowl. Yeah, that's my plan, to catch that in Atlanta.
Man, well, we gonna be rooting for you this week, next week, and then we're gonna catch you at the Celebration Bowl. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all the best to Miami Norland this weekend, and then next weekend when you're back home in Tallahassee.
Yes, sir.
That'll be good. That'll be
Yes,
good.
sir.
Aaron, how about you, my brother?
Well, I coached football for probably 17 years. I stopped 2 years ago. I took a break. I may go back. I don't know. But right now, I'm a teacher. I want to give a congratulations to Coach Willie Simmons on winning Coach of the Year in the SWAC. I want to give a special shout out to Jeremy Musa for winning Offensive Player of the Year in the SWAC. I want to give another shout out to Isaiah Major for winning Defensive Player of the Year. I follow the football team a lot. I watch the games, and I just want a lot of my former players, by FAMU winning, especially now. When I was coaching a lot of the years, FAMU wasn't winning. So I had to hear the Bethune, you're FAMU. And I want my former players to know, see, FAMU, it's a great program. It was a great program when I was there. It's a great program now. So that's about it. Just win this Saturday. That's all I hope for. Just win.
Man, it's amazing how them Wildcats, they took one little decade and ran off with it. We had to remind people, outside of that decade, they ain't won nothing. They ain't won outside of that little bit of decade. We got to hear about it anyway.
Like a 20-year, 30-year gap, man.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, I tell you, it's not a rivalry. When you beat somebody 2/3 of the time, that's not a rivalry.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to remind people of that. So anyway. Cainon, how about you? What we know you doing some things outside of football. So
Platinum
let people know.
I've been doing. I produce. So it's crazy that he said 19 years. I've been producing music and writing songs for 19, and it's crazy when you think of that number, right? But I've been doing it for that long, and been nominated for Grammys and platinum plaques, like you said, and been blessed to have. The opportunities that I've had and capitalize on those opportunities. So if you wanna reach me about music or anything like that, even football, I'm still sharp. I understand what's going on. I follow every like Ty bringing up the high school stuff. I've been following high school football more than I follow like college a lot of times, just knowing who the guys are and where they're going. So if you want to reach out to me, ask me questions about anything from music to football to anything, life, just hit me at The Real Lamb. So it's DA and then The Real Lamb on Instagram and everywhere else. But that's it. I think that's what you guys were asking for us to deliver. Yeah. Okay.
That's definitely what they was asking.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey,
my God.
Platinum plaques.
Yes,
Platinum
sir.
flags. Hey, man, look, fellas, we appreciate your time this evening. Thank you for coming in and blessing us with some time and the great memories. For you guys definitely continued and carried on the tradition that it's great to see the next group of legends reaching back out to you guys, and they remember and seeing what you guys did. And so it's great to have you on, and hopefully, like I said, we can reconnect with you, whether it be in Tallahassee and this weekend, next weekend, or in Atlanta in a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
We can connect. But anytime you got something to share with Rattler Nation, you always got a home right here on the O&G Strike Zone. All you got to do is reach out, tag us, come on in. This is home for y'all. So whenever you want to come in, you got a spot, promote, talk about, whatever. You need our help, just ask. We got you. We're there for you.
Appreciate
Really
it.
appreciate that.
Thanks for
y'all,
having
man.
us.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
guys
Much love.
for coming.
Thank you for the invite. Yeah, I'll be seeing y'all 2 weeks straight.
All right. Do that.
I like
All
that.
right.
All right.
Hey,
Got
coming
me.
up on the other side,
Just
folks.
win.
Let's just win 1-0. We got the head ball coach coming up on the next segment. So take a short little break. Come back. We're going to talk to the SWAC Coach of the Year and should be the National Coach of the Year, Coach Willie Simmons, coming up right on the other side. You're watching the O&G Strike Zone. We'll be back in just a moment.